We're talking about pussy willows today, and I have a pussy willow song for you. And the pussy willow song goes like this. I know a little pussy, her coat is silver gray. She lives down in the meadow, not very far away. She'll always be a pussy, she'll never be a cat, for she's a pussy willow. Now what do you think of that? Meow, 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 meow. Scat, cat. That's the pussy willow song. Good morning, friends. Today is Monday, March 23rd, and we are starting a second week without each other, which really seems like a long time. I hope you're doing all right. I miss you all. I have some things to talk about this morning, but first, I think I will sing you the good morning song that we sing in Children's House 3. And it goes like this. And if you're in Children's House 3, you should sing with me. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Our day is beginning, there's so much to do. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. We always start our day that way, and even if you're older, like a kindergartner, you still don't feel silly singing good morning to each other because it just feels so good to greet each other and see each other in the morning. And that's one thing I really miss about this staying home business. I really do. My friends, I miss seeing you every day. And I'm sure you all feel the same way about each other and your teachers. So the best we can do is have good morning on the computer. And I hope that sometimes you will be talking or waving to me. Look, let's all wave. Hi, everybody. Feels silly, doesn't it? Well, anyway, this morning I thought I would talk about something I found in the woods. And the shirt I'm wearing is what color? Gray. That's right, it's gray. And when I was out in the woods, I was walking by the water, and down by the water I found these things. Do you know what they're called? Yes, people who have seen them before know that they are called pussy willows. And I wish that I could just take one off and put it on your face because they're so very soft. Here, I'll take one off here. Take a little one off. And pussy willows only bloom in the springtime. And it actually is the covering or the beginning phase of a little flower. I don't know if you can see this. It's so soft. It feels just like kitty fur. And that's why children love them so much, and I love them too. Grown-ups love them too. They're so special, and they're silky. They feel silky and soft. But it's really, they only last a very short time unless you dry them out. I don't know if you can see this, but there's no water in here. I let them dry without water so that they don't change, because what happens outside on the trees is they soak up water, and it's the first sign of spring for this type of tree, which is it's in the willow family. It's not like a weeping willow that we're used to, weeping willows, but it's a kind of willow, and they will start to open up and look like yellowy flowers in just a few days. So I thought it would be fun if I read you a little story called Oh Pussy Willows. A small gray kitten went walking in spring on a moonlit night. You could hear him sing. To pussy willows he would sing and purr because like kittens they have soft gray fur. Oh, pussy willows, the kitten would sing, gray pussy willows, first sign of spring. You come in the woods all furry and warm. You bloom in the woods then poof, you are gone. Oh, pussy willows, the kitten would purr. Gray little flowers, all covered in fur. Today you are here, and now you are near. All of a sudden, must you disappear? Yes, they will. They will disappear very fast. But if you have time, if you are out taking a little walk in a wooded place that has water, you might find some pussy willows. But if you don't get to do that, that's okay, because I'm going to show you how you can make some pussy willows in your house. Now, the easy way to make pussy willows is to take a piece of paper, just some paper you have around your house, maybe some white paper, and fold point to point. I like to work with smaller paper, and I always give you, when I bring art around, I'm always giving you smaller paper. So I'm going to fold and then cut right on the line. There we go. So I have a smaller piece of paper. And if you have some colored pencils or crayons, you could just look and see if you have a gray one. This set has a gray one. And oh, this one has a dark color, more like a bluish gray, and a little brown one. But if you just think about what these branches look like, you can just draw some branches. I think I'll save this softer, lighter gray one. Maybe I'll use that bluish one and make some of these twisty branches I see all over the place. There's lots of them coming out of this vase. You can see the vase is clear, so you can see right through it. Lots of lines, and then maybe some little circles that look like pussy willows all over the place. So you can make a pussy willow drawing pretty easily. Some of the pussy willows are a lot lighter, so I'll take the lighter gray and make them a little even more fluffy on top. And you can make your own pussy willow drawing. I could even put the vase if I wanted to. This vase is a cylinder. Can you see that? It's a cylinder. It's not blue like the cylinder in my classroom, but it's a cylinder. That's one way that you could do a pussy willow picture. And I have another way that you can make a pussy willow picture. I have a piece of gray paper here and some scraps of paper. And this is just like wrapping paper, and these are some art papers I had around. And I can choose one of them to make a vase. I could make a vase like a cylinder. I could cut it to look like a vase, to have the shape of a fancier vase. And maybe cut the bottom off a little more and even make a smaller one than that. Or I could even, one thing I like to do is have papers that come from old wrapping paper so you can recycle. And then you can just kind of cut. You don't really have to draw it. You can just cut some shapes out that look like a little vase, that what you think might look like a vase. That's kind of like a vase shape. Maybe I'll make it even smaller. And I could paint some white pussy willows on this gray paper, some lightish grayish white pussy willows. Or I could, if I don't have any paints, you know, I have some paints at my house because I have paints at my house, but if you don't have any paints, I thought, well, what about a child who doesn't have any paints? How are they going to paint some Pussy Bellows? So I got thinking and I thought, wow, one thing you could do is you could just mix some flour and water. And this is my big container of flour. I have a little dish. And I could just, you don't need much. You only need a little bit of flour. Just like 2 little spoons of flour. That's all you need. You don't need a lot. We'll save most of that flour for making some kind of treats to eat. But flour also can make a kind of glue. I don't know if you ever made paper mache, but flour can make a good glue. I'm going to put 2 little spoons of water in there. Stir it around. Maybe another half of a spoon of flour. I want it pretty thick. One drop. And then I can use that like glue. If I don't have any glue or glue stick at my house. If you have a glue stick, you can just use glue stick, but I'm going to use some of this right with my finger on the back of the paper because I used to do this when I was a kid. Yep, hard to believe I was a kid one time. And my brother and I used to make all sorts of things when we were home. When we had to stay home in the winter on a snowy day. Here we go. I don't know if you can see that, but I turned that little piece of old birthday paper into a face. And now I can put some sticks coming out of my vase, just like these sticks are coming out. This one's hitting me in the head, actually, with the forsythia. I can make some lines, ordinary old lines. This one has some kind of crazy lines going everywhere, this Pussy Willow. A few lines, that's all I need. And then, no paintbrush, I'm going to use my finger in that flour mixture. I'm just going to start putting one little dot, one little dot. If they're too big, then you can make them smaller by using your pinky finger. Make little dots all over the place, just like these Pussy Willows are all over the place. Little Pussy Willows. And they need to dry for a long time. And there I have Pussy Willow picture. And just like school, you will need to put it on the counter to dry. There's one I did a little bit earlier. That one's just about dry. So I hope you have some fun making Pussy Willow pictures. You can also definitely use paints to make a gray color. And I'll show you that here I have all these rocks to show you. I hope you can see well that these gray is really a color that changes a lot from dark to light, greenish, bluish. The color of gray can change in so many ways. So if you want to get fancy in making some these are kind of fun. I found all of these at the beach. And I like playing with them, trying to stack them. My video turned off on me while I was showing you how to mix gray paint using black and white, and to make sure that you clean your brush every time you choose a new color, like we have talked about before, and that you can use, you only need a little bit of black and more white to make some gray color if you have paints at your house. I don't know if everybody has paints, but just a little bit of black won't be enough to create some wonderful shades of gray. And just like the rocks I was showing you, they come in so many different colors: dark gray, light gray, speckled gray, bluish gray, greenish gray. And you can make those colors of gray just playing. It's fun just to play with paints and try to come up with a color. I think this one is kind of close to my shirt, kind of close to the color of my shirt. And I'm a painter, so I like to hold my brush up close to the thing that I'm trying to paint and see, am I very close to that color? And if I'm not, then I wash my brush and get some more of a different color or a lighter color and keep mixing until I find just the right color. I think that's pretty close to Pussy Willow color. So if you have some paints, you can be mixing colors with yourself at home to match different things. I wanted to end by having a moment of silence together, because that's what we do in our classroom a lot. Things at home are different. Right now it's kind of lovely to have all this extra time with people you love, babysitters, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, moms and dads, coming together to stay home more than they used to. And I think it's nice when people are together for too much of the day. Sometimes brothers and sisters start being cranky with one another, or children are restless and not being at their best self. So you all know how to play the silence game, and you can teach it to your family. And I thought we would have just a little moment of silence together. So let's try, because you don't need anything except yourself. So, ready? Begin. Sometimes it feels good just to have a moment of silence. I hope that you and all your families are feeling peaceful and calm, and that you are taking care of one another, and that you know how much we miss you at school. I'll see you again soon. Look for the Pussy Willow song and Pussy Willow paper that you can write on, that I'll put on our Children's House site, and the words to the Pussy Willow poem. Bye for now.